My first year on YouTube, I posted 143 videos.
Stop! It's an addiction.
When I graduated, I had 1 million. The second channel hit 1 million subscribers in like under 20 days.
Yeah! Let's go!
Oh, I hate my boss. And I was like, I don't know what that feels like. If you guys like the video, that would be cool. But if you don't, I guess I'll just go die in a hole.
Oh my gosh.
How shy I was when I started YouTube.
Hey, welcome back to the only podcast that's more awesome than you are. But you're awesome because you listen to us. So maybe you are more awesome than us. I'm Travis, and I'm here with Jen.
Hello.
Jen. And then, of course, we have a very special guest, Nathan from Unspeakable. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Thanks for inviting me on. This is going to be a good time. I'm here to give some value, spew some knowledge. I'm hoping that we got a bunch of young creators listening to this that,
do.
Maybe have 1,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers. And my mission for this is just to give them some value of my beautiful brain that's been doing YouTube for 12 years.
We love this.
I love that. If you're new here, this podcast is all about growing your YouTube channel, and we do it in such a fun way. And every once in a while, we have guests on like Nathan. I'm super excited. Unspeakable is such an incredible brand. I'm going to talk about brand. It's not a channel. It's a brand. We're going to get to that later. But first off, let's talk a little bit about your beginning, and then we'll get into some of the more detailed stuff a little bit later on. But before I get into anything, you have to understand one thing about this podcast. Jen and I are really good friends, but we don't agree on everything.
Oh, you're gonna go there.
I have to. There's no way I can't go into it immediately. So you must choose a side without knowing which side is which. Nathan, when it comes to candy, because this is basically also a candy podcast, which is better? Now, even if you don't like either, you do have to pick one.
You must pick.
You must pick one. I'm not telling you which is which. I just wanted to hear what the answer is. So there is candy corn and there are Cadbury cream eggs. Only one is the right answer. Which would you choose?
I hate candy corn.
Yeah! Let's go!
Can't do it. That's
yes! There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest creator on YouTube.
Fun. Unsubscribe.
It was the right answer, Nathan. Don't worry. It was the right answer.
Man.
I love it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I know it. People hate it. I know.
It's just wax. No one likes that.
Delicious.
It's a candle.
Delicious.
Let's get into your beginnings, Nathan. We want to kind of understand how you got here. So let's start kind of from the beginning. You started, a Minecraft channel back in high school? Is that right?
Yeah, so back in 2012, in October of 2012, I started my first YouTube channel. I started a Minecraft channel. So at the time, I was either in 7th grade or 8th grade in middle school. And I saw a bunch of other people making content on YouTube. I loved YouTube as a platform. Obviously, YouTube back in 2012 was way different compared to what it is now. You know, there was no shorts. I don't even think there was live streaming. There was not very much to the platform. A lot of people just posted content. I don't know if you remember the old days where you could like customize your entire YouTube page. Like you could make graphics all down the side of it.
Almost like MySpace.
Yeah, that's the era of YouTube that I started in. But yeah, I saw a bunch of other creators. I saw people like Markiplier and PewDiePie and a lot of other gamers. I used to watch them when I was a kid. And I just kind of thought to myself, you know what? Why don't I try to make my own YouTube videos? So I mowed a bunch of lawns. I helped my dad do a bunch of chores. And I ended up working to buy like a laptop and a microphone to kind of start like my first couple videos.
Were you at that point, because you were still pretty young, were you embarrassed to upload?
Oh, yes.
You were, yeah. I mean, middle school is kind of rough, I guess.
Yeah, so one of the things that I always like to talk about on like my social channels is just like how shy I was when I started YouTube. I was a very shy kid in school. Like I remember when the teacher would call my name, I would get like shivers down my spine. I'd get very nervous. I'd get clammy hands. I was just a really shy kid. So I would always think to myself, like, how is a shy kid like me going to start a YouTube channel? I kind of just liked the idea of making videos so much that my fear of being shy kind of just was over here. And I was like trying to do something over here, if that makes sense.
No, that does make total sense. Did you feel shy when you first started recording?
Oh, yes.
Was it just totally fine by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back on like, so we have like 6 different YouTube channels, but if you go to the channel called Unspeakable Reacts, you can go to see some of my first videos, and my intros are so. The first intro I ever did on YouTube, I was basically just doing an intro, and I was like, "Hey guys, this is one of my first videos on YouTube, blah blah blah," and I told people to like the video, and I was like, if you guys like the video, that would be cool, but if you don't, I guess I'll just go die in a hole. That was like that was like the intro of my first video. It was so bad. So bad.
Alright, what is up guys? It is Unspeakable Gaming, and today we have a mod showcase. And before I get started on this, I want to say that this is my very first mod showcase video, and if you like me doing these mod showcase videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment telling me if I should do more or if I should just quit and go die in a hole. Thanks.
Wait, you should bring that back.
I did. We actually did. So we made a movie about my life, basically how I grew my YouTube channel. It's a little like 9-minute short film movie. It's just called Unspeakable the Movie, if you guys want to watch it.
Would love to.
In that video, we like recreated it, and I was filming my first video, and I was like, and if you guys don't like this video, I could just go die in a hole.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that creator that makes, I think it's 2 guys, and they make movies of other YouTubers?
6. They made it.
That's what I was going to say. That's amazing.
They produced the whole film.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love their channel. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah. Super good guys. They're really, really creative. They came down for a couple days and shot a bunch of stuff with me, and then they shot the rest of the film back in their hometown and stuff like that. So
that is so cool, because I was like, that's the detail. Like, that's the detail that you would see in something like that. So cool.
The movie, I wanted to make the movie very realistic, and it is very, very realistic. Like, all the things that you see in the movie like actually happened, and we recreated them.
I love that. So many I'm a big documentary guy, and a lot of times you'll see stuff and they just add stuff for, intrigue. I'm like, no, I want to know if that really happened, because the first thing I do at the end of like a real life movie or something is I Google to see what really happened. Did that really happen?
Of course you do.
Because that's me. I'm a hover, add up as many tabs as I want to for my next video, but you ain't gonna do nothing about that because everyone else thinks that's normal too. I do want to point out that even in high school, it sounds like you were uploading like over 100 videos in your first year, which is wild, because I think we're going to find that later on that's kind of normal for you now, and maybe even low. But how did that happen? Was it just because you just got into it so much you just wanted to upload and upload and upload? Because that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like the videos were kind of easy to make because it was just like when I started YouTube, it was just a video game. So in Minecraft, there's a bunch of like mini games and all types of stuff you can play. And sometimes when you play a game, it only takes you like 20 or 30 minutes to record a video. So I would record 3 or 4 videos in a day. That would only be, 4 or 5 hours of work. And then the next day I would edit them all together and then publish them. And my first year on YouTube, I posted 143 videos. My first year.
Oh my gosh.
And I edited all the videos. I, did the thumbnails, like everything. I was a one-man team for my first, I want to say 4 or 5 years on YouTube. Probably my first 2,000 uploads.
And what made that change?
Well, I wanted to scale more channels, and I wanted to upload more videos, because more videos, more views, more revenue, all those things. So I started to hire editors, thumbnail designers, people that could help me just like do the mundane task that I didn't want to do as much, because I loved filming the videos. Some creators love editing. I never liked editing. I just didn't. But I did it for like 2,000 videos. I remember sitting on my computer for days editing just one video. So that's the first person I hired. I hired an editor, and then that helped me scale up to start posting like 2 videos a day. Let
me ask a little bit about the high school time, because we're almost out of high school at this point in your story. You have over 100,000 subscribers in high school.
When I graduated, I had 1 million.
Okay, but let's start before you get to 1 million, because I want to talk about what is it like as because in high school, that's such an awkward time growing up, right? But when you're doing the thing that a lot of kids want to do one day, they're like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. Like that's one of the things nowadays that kids want to be, right? Like you're doing it successfully in high school. How did people treat you before, during, and then of course, right as you're leaving high school at 1 million? Like how did anyone treat you differently? Did they watch your content? Like what was that like?
I would say when my YouTube channel was small, a lot of people would, I don't want to say make fun of me, but they would just kind of like joke around and be like, oh, look, it's the Minecraft kid, or oh, look, it's the YouTuber boy, or whatever.
Oh, high school.
Yeah, I was never really bullied, but like people would just say like weird stuff, and I was just like, whatever. But then once I got towards the end of high school and they saw that I was making like serious money, and I had like almost 1 million subscribers, people just started to respect me a little bit more because they were like, oh, wow, this kid actually did something. Like he's actually like gonna go do something crazy or whatever. And of course, I was never really like, I always kept my circle very, very tight because I didn't have very many friends in high school. But also I was so busy that I didn't have time for friends. Because I went to school. Like I would literally go to school, I would get home, I would record, I would edit, I would film videos till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then wake up the next day at 6, because I ran cross country. So cross country practice started at like 6:30, and then I would run across country, then go to school all day. I used my summers and my weekends to bulk up as much content as I could. So like on the weekends, I wasn't going to parties with friends. I wasn't, going to the water park with all my friends or any of that stuff. I was just filming videos just because I just saw such a big opportunity. And my channel started to grow a lot. And I was like, I have to hop on this opportunity. This is so, so cool. And about 3 years into making content, I started to figure out, I was like, this is what I want to do for a job. This is what I want to do for my future. It took me about 3 years to realize that. 3 years of making YouTube videos. And then once I saw that around the middle of high school, I mean, I just went all in. I was very, very close to dropping out of high school as well. Not because of school, but just because like I wanted to drop out so I could just make more YouTube videos. But I didn't. I stayed in school. I finished. I graduated. I did all that. So.
It's funny because I'm friends with another guy who had the same kind of success on a Minecraft channel in high school. Skipped a tutorial, really nice kid. And he kind of had the same thing, but and as soon as he was like out of high school, he had a business. He had a business with like employees and stuff. And what a weird jump that is for someone who's not even 20 to be able to go, okay, this is becoming a business. I have to understand what taxes are. Like all these weird things. Like what was that like mentally for you?
It's definitely a wild ride. I've never had like a normal job. I've never been on a college campus. Not to say I regret it, because I don't. Like YouTube is incredible. Making content is incredible. But yeah, it's definitely weird. Definitely a little odd. I think the hardest thing for me is just like making friends with people that aren't creators, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Like having like a normal friend group is very difficult because they just have different problems in their life, and I'm like, I've never experienced that. They'll be like, oh, I hate my boss, and I was like, I don't know what that feels like,
You don't want to know.
Yeah, so it's just I think that is the difficult thing. That's one of the cons, I guess, but there's so many pros to being a con. There's so many pros that they outweigh all the cons by so much, and you get to like live such a crazy life being a content creator. Like there's so many opportunities to fly around the world and do things with brands and travel and make the content that you dream to make. And it's a dream job. Like if you dream of doing this, making it a success, it's so much better once it's successful, because now you can actually go chase some of the things that you've always dreamed of, like all the things that I dreamed of as a kid. Because like I remember when I was a kid and I was starting my YouTube channel, I was like, one day, I really want to build like a life-size Lego house. I don't know if I'm going to make a video on it, but I just want to make a life-size Lego house. And then I did that one day, and it's one of our really well-performing videos. I think it has like 40 or 50 million views. But we built a life-size 2-story house made out of Legos. So there's just a lot of cool things like from my childhood that I dreamed of. And as I grew my YouTube channel, I I implemented them, and I brought those ideas to life like 6 or 7 years later.
That's so cool.
that.
It's so inspiring to kids. Would you say your work schedule, obviously you have a good amount of freedom being a content creator in general. Would you say you keep to like a normal work schedule when you're comparing your job versus, you know, someone who's working a 9 to 5? Or are you just all over the place?
To be honest, I'm always working. I will say, like, to get to the level that I'm at, it takes full dedication. Like, there's no yes, you can be very successful if you want to take Saturdays and Sundays off, but like, I don't. I work every weekend. You know, like, that's what it takes to build something great. I mean, if you look at, like, you know, gold medalist Olympic athletes, like people that are performing at like the highest level, people that are reaching 10 million, 20, 30 million subscribers, these people are like obsessed with what they do. They're extremely dedicated. But that dedication comes over time. It wasn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just something that I was interested in. I was passionate about YouTube, but I wasn't crazy about it. And then over time, that passion grew into an obsession, and then the obsession I got so obsessed with making content that a lot of people told me, this is unhealthy. You're gonna burn out if you do this too much. And you know, they told me all these things that never happened. I've been going for 12 years, and I'm still so excited waking up every day to make content. I think it also helps that like our content is just crazy. Like, for some creators that I talk to, their content is very repetitive. Their channel gets stale, their personality gets stale, and then they get burnt out because everything's so repetitive. But like, our videos are just very exciting because every video is so different.
So different. So what feels like work for you? Like, is there ever a moment where you're like, oh, this feels like this is work?
I don't really know what is work and what isn't, because I'm like always, I'm kind of always working. Like, the biggest thing that I did that really, really helped me is separating my like living space and my workspace, because I used to live and work in the same space. Like, I lived in a house and I filmed in the house and I worked in the house, and now I separated those things. So that really helped a lot. I know a lot of people can't do that, but
no, but that's great. There's something there that people can implement in their life in like a smaller way, and maybe that means like you're only creating and working on YouTube in your office, and when you leave, you're not doing it sitting on your couch, you're not doing it sitting in bed, you're not letting it consuming space in the rest of, you know, your living quarters. I think that's something that someone can definitely take away as advice, especially I know it can be a difficult thing for some of us, all of us, to separate ourselves from turning YouTube off.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good tip.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when you start being a YouTuber or a creator, like you're probably going to start in your house or in your apartment. And then over time, as you grow this channel, like your apartment or your house just slowly becomes like a little office pumping out content like a factory. And then you're like, whoa, what happened to my house? Like, where's my livable space? And my rooms upstairs started to turn into storage for props and like organization systems and all these things. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like one house that I had, we had like a little movie theater room. And I loved going up there to just hang out. And I was like, I need this space for storage now for props and videos. You know, so now it turned into a little film set and all these things. So separating those things really helped a lot for me. It just gave my like headspace a lot more, I guess, clarity.
Let's talk about outside. So you're past, at this point in the story, you're kind of past high school, over 1 million subscribers, doing well. But Minecraft wasn't the only thing you wanted to do. And I think it's really important here because Jen and I recently had an episode where we talk about pivoting channels or starting a new channel. And this is the point in your kind of story where you had to make that decision. And tell us about that decision to create this new channel and how the first video did well. Like, how did you strategize this new channel plus make sure that the first video did well along with some of the other content?
Yeah, so this, in my opinion, I think this is super important because a lot of creators, like, for whatever reason, they want to start a second channel or a third channel or whatever.
Or
Yes.
in Jen's case, 3 a day. But, you know, yeah, sure.
Stop! It's an addiction.
So my biggest thing is, first off, the first channel has to be successful. I didn't start my second YouTube channel till I had about 5 million subscribers. And I was making, my first YouTube, I would consider 5 million subscribers pretty successful. Like, that's pretty good. And that first YouTube channel was that first YouTube channel was paying my bills. It bought me a house. It bought me a car. It helped pay salaries for some employees I had. So then I was like, okay, I want to start a second YouTube channel. But the reason I wanted to start a second YouTube channel is because it had a totally different purpose from the first YouTube channel. Because if you start 2 YouTube channels with similar videos and similar purposes, what's the point? Just put all your focus into one channel. I have this debate with a lot of people that are also trying to figure out what platform to start on. Because a lot of people are like, well, should I start live streaming? And then, after I live stream, I'm going to have to cut my live stream into clips and then put it on YouTube. And then I'm going to have to clip my live stream and put it into shorts. And I'm going to have to upload those shorts on YouTube Shorts and Instagram and TikTok. And then I'm going to have to and at the end of the day, we just end up getting spread so thin that we're not focused on the most important thing, which is growing just one channel. Like when I started my YouTube channel, I only had a YouTube channel and that's it. I didn't focus on any other social media platforms and I only had one YouTube channel. I also focused on one category of content, which was gaming, and I focused on one niche, which was Minecraft. I only uploaded gaming videos. I only uploaded Minecraft videos on one YouTube channel. I did that for 6 years until I had 1 million subscribers. And then I scaled it all the way up to, 4 or 5 million subscribers. And then I was like, okay, let's do a second YouTube channel. So because it just takes so much effort and focus to make something successful. And one of my biggest, this is a big problem that a lot of people have that are very ambitious and they're very excited to start new things, is like, you just want to start new things. And like, new things are not going to solve the problem. What's going to solve the problem is putting all your focus, all your effort into the thing that's important and growing that. Because also, if the first YouTube channel didn't grow, why do you think the second one's not going to grow? Like, it's not like a luck thing. It's like, you don't know how to do it. You're not good enough yet. Keep focusing on the first YouTube channel and get that successful first. And you don't have to hit 5 million subscribers to start a second YouTube channel, right? Like, I'm just giving my example of what I did.
I think it's something that goes unnoticed a lot of times. I've worked with a lot of smaller creators who will pull up channels and be like, look how successful they are from the start. And I'm like, that's their third channel. Of course it's going to be successful. Like, they know what they're doing at this point. They've had some good test runs. Like, it can be hidden sometimes, and sometimes you won't know it's someone else's, second, third, fourth channel, who knows? But like you're saying, you need those skills to be able to have that second channel. Do you want 2 channels failing at the same time? Like, that's not fun. Twice the work, no reward. Like, it's a good thing to hear for people who feel that urge so early on. And I know so many people do. Everyone wants a second channel. I think it's just, sometimes it comes from a place of creativity where you have so many interests and you're like, I want to be making a YouTube channel about everything. And it's really hard to decide on one direction to commit those 6 years to. But like you're saying, listen to Nathan, everybody. Stick with it. And then that next channel might be a little simpler. How fast did the second channel grow compared to the first?
Insanely fast. The second channel hit 1 million subscribers in like under 20 days.
Oh my gosh.
But
amazing.
It's because I had so much momentum. I had so many fans. I had so many people like excited. And then my third channel, it took off even faster too. I think we hit like 3 million subscribers in like a couple months.
Insane. It was worth it. It was worth the wait.
Yeah, but we had a ton of people ready for it, right? Like, I had 5 million subscribers on one channel, and then I pushed them to another channel, and I still had the main channel too, right? And then I uploaded, and then I did a third channel. Every single channel had a different purpose, a different type of content. The third channel is called the Unspeakable channel, and today that's actually our biggest channel. So that's our channel with the big videos, the vlogs. That's where, we hunt tornadoes, we build Lego houses, we do all the crazy stuff. That's actually, that's my biggest channel today, but that's actually my third YouTube channel.
Interesting.
But I also didn't start that channel till I had almost 10 million subscribers on my first YouTube channel.
And a lot of people probably see that channel and think, wow, he just did it.
And it looks weird because since it's the newest one and it has the most subscribers, it makes it look like you just were viral right off the bat.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I was going to say, like, some people probably not even realize that that's not, it's like that thing I talk about this all the time on the podcast. It's not even a meme. It's the picture of the iceberg where you see the top of it over the water and all the work that went. Yeah, I love that. I think it says so much about YouTube.
Yeah, 100%.
I see here that I have a note that says, and this, when I looked at this number, I'm like, how is this possible? It says at your peak, you were uploading. There was one year you had 869 videos across all your channels in 1 year. Like, how is that possible?
Not. Yeah, that was a year of grind for sure. But I always like to compare it like quantity versus quality, right? That year was quantity for me. I was trying to pump out as many videos as possible. So on one of the gaming channels, so I had 3 channels at the time. I had the vlog channel, which is the 3rd channel. And that channel was doing like 2 videos a week. And then my gaming channels were doing 1 to 2 videos a day on uploads.
I don't even play 1 to 2 video games a day. I mean, I play 1 a day, maybe.
It's a grind for sure. Like we would film 2 to 3 vlogs in 1 day. And then on my gaming session days, I would film anywhere from 8 to 10 videos in a day. And I would just kind of do that like back to back to back. And then I had a lot of people help me plan the videos, script the videos, set up the videos. I had a whole team. We had, I think 4 or 5 editors. I mean, it was a whole operation. It was an operation for sure.
So you're now basically a CEO of your own media company. When did the whole idea behind Unspeakable being a brand hit? Was that early on, or was that something that someone came across and said, look, this isn't just a YouTube channel, it's a brand, and you need to start working on the brand part? Because that's something that's hard to explain to smaller creators, that as soon as you understand what your brand is, that's actually part of the value prop. Talk to us about that.
I think brand, I mean, I never really focused on brand. I just kind of focused on uploading videos for my specific audience. And I think brand, the best way that I understand it, is it's about your strengths. It's about what you're good at. And that kind of defines who you are as a person, who you are as a YouTube channel, and who your brand is. So like my strengths, for example, for my YouTube channels is laughter and creativity. So if you watch any of our videos, you're going to see very creative stuff. You're going to see us building a Lego tank, building a Lamborghini out of cardboard, all these really wacky, creative ideas. But you're also going to see a ton of comedy, laughter, excitement, high energy stuff. That's also because a lot of our audience is younger as well. But those are our strengths. So that also identifies what our brand is. So when a lot of people look at us, they say, oh yeah, Unspeakable's crazy. He's creative. He's really funny. He does all these crazy things. That's usually what people say if they like had to describe our channel. But that's also what we lean into. So when we're thinking of video ideas, we're trying to think of the most creative, crazy thing we can do, but we're also trying to make it funny at the same time and make it an entertaining piece of content. And that's all we focus on. We don't focus on anything else. Like you don't see me starting a tech channel reviewing iPhones.
Yeah, don't do that. I've been there. It's not worth it anymore.
So it's like, I have my focus, I have my strengths, I have what I'm good at, and I have what my brand stands for, and that's it. And that's all we focus on.
Love that. So you did something big in 2021, which is not something we typically have to talk about, but I think it's really interesting in that you don't see it happen a lot, which is you sold the catalog of some of your YouTube videos. How does that even happen? What was the logistics behind that, and who came up to you with that idea, or did you come up with the idea? That whole thing is fascinating to me. I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of companies that came into the space and they started buying up creators' content. They would do revenue shares, or they would straight up just buy your videos and pay you a huge chunk of money, and they'll license it for a certain amount of years. So that's something that we did. We've done multiple deals like that. They're very, very big deals, but we also have very, very big channels. They allowed us to fund our team, scale up to 30 employees, spend a lot of money on some really cool properties that we can film at. So it really helped us a lot. It really helped us scale quicker. It's kind of like just getting investing like from a company, or getting funding. You know, that's kind of what it's like. But we're just selling a portion of our videos. So we have a lot of channels, so we still own a lot of content as well. But then we have some content that is sold that we don't have.
Jen, he said something magical there that I think you wanted to jump in on. He said it allows him to have different places to shoot. And I know for a fact you had a question about this.
This was my one question I was like dying to ask. How many houses are there? How many properties do you have to film in? And how, for the follow-up, it's just going to be from the bat, I'll just tell you, is how are those overlapping with videos?
Yeah. So at one point we had, I think the most we've had at one point is 4 properties to film at. We're kind of cutting some off and minimizing stuff to make it, you know, more simple. But 4, yeah.
And are you buying those properties or those rental spaces?
Buying them.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're doing a lot of stuff. Wow, that's great. Okay, 4. Cool. I don't think I had a guess. Travis, did you have a guess?
The funny thing is we talked to Hafugo a couple of weeks ago, and I think he had 2. But he's not quite as big as Nathan, so
he's also not doing his craziest stuff. Like,
no, he's not. Yeah,
like different, like
different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. So are you filming? Oh, sorry, Travis. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
I was say, are you filming in all 4 of those at once sometimes?
Not at once. We'll separate it. I mean, sometimes yes. Like we have. So like the way we operate is we have multiple mini teams, right? So we have like an entire construction team. We have multiple production teams. We have other teams, and then we have teams separated for specific channels as well. So, like for example, today, I'm in our office right now. It's a more professional office space, but there is a team setting up stuff downstairs to shoot stuff. But there's also a team at the other property building stuff for a video that we're filming next week. And then there's also a team at our third property building stuff for another video that we're filming in 3 weeks. So it's just all of these little mini teams just constantly setting stuff up, tearing stuff down, and just rotating amongst all the different places that we have to film.
That's amazing.
It sounds like a lot, but it's very simple. It's just a lot of people working on videos.
I was like, whoever's organizing that, what a gem. Like, whoever's keeping all these projects in order, if that's somebody's one job, my goodness.
It's kind of everyone's job.
There you go. Before we get into the day-to-day, because I do want to talk more about your day-to-day, but before we get into that, I just want to close the circle on some of this other stuff. Talk a little bit about your mobile game Chasecraft. How's that going? How's that been? What was that experience like, expanding into mobile gaming?
It was cool. It was an idea that we had a long time ago, just to start a mobile game, because I was like, I mean, it just kind of made sense for us, right? Like, my entire channel is about gaming and video games. Like, why don't I start my own game? So it was really cool. It got over 1 million downloads. Mobile games, I learned, are very expensive to develop. So we didn't really make any money. But it was a cool project. It was very, very exciting. It was also I think the thing I learned the most is like how well my audience can transfer to other things. Like if you build a really strong brand, like it's still crazy to me that we got 1 million people to go download and play that game. Like from my audience. Like I actually didn't think we would get 1 million people. I thought we'd get maybe like 100,000 or maybe 200,000.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's
it was 1 million.
difference.
It might be even at 2 or 3 million, because I think I'm counting 1 million per platform, because we got like 1 million on Apple, 1 million on Android and stuff. So it might be like 2 or 3 million actually. But yeah, it was just cool to see. You never really know how strong your audience is until you try to push them to do something. Yeah. Like, hey guys, go buy my merch, or hey guys, go download my app. Like, you don't really know how strong your fan base is until you have them do something like that. But you also don't know how good the product is, right? Because we've had a ton of merch products that we've tried to push people to, and they've not done well. So it's not just how strong the audience is; it's how strong your product is that you're trying to get them to go buy or go do.
It's a phrase called activating your audience for creators out there that are starting to get into the point where you can do sponsorship deals and such. One other thing before we get into your production stuff, what's this about an exotic car business? What is this?
That's something I shut down, unfortunately. But yeah, we wanted to start like a car channel because I'm really into cars. We ended up shutting it down just because we were spread a little too thin across all the YouTube channels and all of the businesses. At that point of my life, I learned a lot of really big lessons and lost a lot of millions of dollars, but, you know, I don't regret it. But it was just one of those things where I didn't have the capacity to do it properly. And I'm like, if I don't have the capacity and the resources to do this properly, I just need to shut it down and focus on the important stuff that's in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with Donut and a couple of the guys that spun off from those channels, and they're teams. They're straight up teams. It's not just a little fun thing you can do on the side if you want to be successful like you are. It's a whole, like you're explaining for everything you do, it's that, except for the car stuff.
Yeah.
But let's talk about today. I know, Jen, you were wondering like what the day-to-day production is about like thumbnail design and stuff like that. Talk to Nathan about that.
Yeah, I think creators would find it really interesting to hear about the progression of your packaging as a channel that continues to grow. Like, is there anything currently that you're focusing on when it comes to thumbnails for YouTube in 2025?
For thumbnails, I mean, to be honest, no, not really. Believe it or not. I mean, in the most simple way, thumbnails are just a picture format of your video idea. We're focusing on video ideas because the better video idea that we can make, the better thumbnail we can make. Because we've gotten really, really good at thumbnails. And I've actually launched like an entire like university program teaching people about thumbnails and filming and
Let's go.
Yeah, it's a really,
Are you
really
still doing that?
Yeah, it's like an online program. It's called Blueprint University, and that's kind of where like it took me like 2 years to write this program, and obviously it took me 12 years to gain all the knowledge to do all these things. But we go super in depth like about thumbnails for like 2 hours, and we split it up into like different difficulty levels based on your creator experience. It's really, really cool. But I mean, I've learned a lot about thumbnails. I could share tips about thumbnails, but I would say what we're focused on is like video ideas, because we know how to take a really, really good thumbnail, but our problem is not taking good thumbnails. Our problem is thinking of a really, really good video idea, because it's about the video idea that translates into the picture that people are going to click.
This is perfect. I think a lot of creators, obviously, earlier on in their journey, you know, focus on the actually making the YouTube video, and of course, leave the title and thumbnail until the end, and they don't think about that beginning portion as like the entire process. Like, if you don't have a good video idea, you can have the best title and thumbnail in the world, but it's not going to be interesting. Like, it still has to tell that visual story, and it's so important. And you're hearing it again, not from us. It's so important to have the video idea be the star, and then follow up the packaging, just highlighting what you're actually doing.
Yeah, so I can explain, maybe this helps. I can explain the way we operate here. Like, how do we actually make a YouTube video? And it's obviously different for us because we have a very big team, but everyone plays a role. And I think it's super important, like, no matter what size creator you are. But the first thing we do is we start with the brainstorming process of a video. And that's something that my team does, but it's something that I am very, very involved in. And what we're looking for is a really, really good video idea, a really good video title. And once we have that, we will then go into a brainstorming process of what is the purpose of this video, right? We're specifically focusing on purpose. Because when someone clicks on the video, Like, let's say you have a video called, like one of our biggest videos of last year was I hunted a tornado. It was insane. But the idea of that video is crazy, right? Really good idea. Very simple idea, but very crazy idea. But when you go into the video, what's the purpose of the video? Why are people going to watch till the end of the video? That's what you have to figure out next. That's what we focus on. And then after that, we begin to script out the video. Now, obviously, every video is different. Some videos require a lot of scripting. Some videos require no scripting. Like a perfect example is the tornado video that I just mentioned. That video had zero scripting because we had no idea what to expect. Like we've never been tornado chasing before. So we tried to write a little bit of an outline of what we think is going to happen. But most of the creative for that video was actually on the road in a van as we were filming. So that's one of those videos that were a little more difficult to produce. But after we get the script done, we all sit together as a team and we figure out, okay, how are we going to film this? What do we need to order? What do we need to set up? Where do we need to go? Some of our videos have multiple locations, so we might be going to multiple places. So then calling these places, getting everything scheduled, and then we go film it. So usually filming one of our videos takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days, I would say. We've had some videos that have taken up to 2 weeks to film, but I would say the average is 1 to 3 days. And then after that, we take all the footage, hand it over to our editing team, and our editors begin to chop edit. We have, on our main channel, we have 3 editors that focus just on that one channel. It usually takes them about 1 to 2 weeks to edit a video. And then I will sit down. We have our creative director that will sit down with them and basically hammer out all the things that happen throughout the video. Because if you think about it, when an editor gets a project, the editor was not there when the video was being filmed. So sometimes the editor needs an outline, or he needs some high-level thoughts of what happened. So that's what our creative director does. So they sit together, they hash all that out, the editing team gets to work, and then I come in on the final, I would say, 3 versions of the video. The final 3 versions of the video, I watch all of them, I give a bunch of notes, we will review it, figure out how to improve it, how to make it better, and then we post it. And then you have the thumbnail process as well. But thumbnails are pretty easy, to be honest. We don't overcomplicate them. They're very simple. We keep our thumbnails very simple. My biggest tip for thumbnails is called the 3-element formula. Basically, you have to understand each element within 1 second, and you have 3 elements. If you have more than 3 elements, your thumbnail's probably overcrowded. It's probably too confusing, and people are going to swipe right past it. That's one of the biggest things I've learned about thumbnails, and I've been doing that for the past 6 years, and everything's been great.
That's amazing. Let me, we're going to ask a real challenge. Then we have a little closing little thing that Jen has come up with, which I'm excited about. But let me ask you a question, because I think this is going to be the thing that most people that are listening to this are going to be able to actually gather a little bit of extra insight on. The challenge is this. You like challenges? Let's pretend that today you're creating a brand new YouTube channel without people knowing who you are and without the budget that you would normally have. Like, I'm going to give you $100. You're going to make a YouTube channel. What is the subject? What is your first couple of videos about? And like, how are you producing it? Like, what is your strategy for like the first 3 months? Just give like a strategy of, it doesn't matter what the niche is. I want you to like do a niche you don't currently do and tell me what that channel would be like and how you would do it.
Oh.
And people don't know who you are. Remember.
Right? Here, please give us a full channel strategy right now.
People don't know who you are.
On the spot, no pressure.
So you said I can't pick a niche I've already done?
I mean, maybe you've done almost everything. Pick something that's reasonable. What
would you want to do if you were living another life? What would you want to do on YouTube?
If I was living another life, I think I'd still do what I'm doing, to be honest. It's like,
not bad.
But so I have a limited budget, right? So the one thing I need to figure out is how can I create 100 videos for $0? And basically, how can I do that with only my effort and my time and my creativity? Because obviously I only have $100 and I could blow $100 on one video just like that. So the first thing I need to figure out is, well, the first thing I would ask myself is, what do I have access to, right? Do I have a computer? Do I have a phone? If I have a computer, great. I have an editing software. If I have a computer, I can also film video games. If I have a phone, there's a lot of stuff I can do with a phone. And then I would ask myself, what are my skill sets and what are my interests? So what am I good at and what am I interested in? When I was a kid, I was interested in video games. And I was really good at video games because I was a nerd. I played video games all the time. But the great thing about video games is you can have one computer and one video game, and you can make 1,000 videos on that video game, right? That's what I did with Minecraft. I only bought Minecraft once. Well, I bought it a couple times because I had multiple accounts, but I only bought Minecraft once, and I've made over 4,000 Minecraft videos.
That's insane.
Are you playing a game today? What would your gaming channel be today?
Well, I'd probably focus on Fortnite. I think Fortnite's a really good game. I would probably focus on a lot of like indie games, smaller games. I think there's a lot of games out there that can just pick up a lot of traction really fast. Like Among Us, for example. Now, Among Us now is a huge game, but when it first started, it was a very small, like a little indie game. But that's what I would do. I would focus on, I mean, if you're not a gamer, there's a lot of ways you could do it. Like I have a friend, for example, he started a car channel, where he basically reviews cars. Cars are very expensive, right? And he's reviewing not just cheap cars, he's reviewing Lamborghinis, Ferraris, like very, very expensive cars. So what he did is he started his channel by doing car news, right? So he would sit in his room and he would have a little background and he would basically just be like, hey guys, this is the new Ferrari that just came out. And then he would list all the specs and he would tell you why it's cool. And he did hundreds of these videos and he started to pick up a little bit of traction. And then what he did is he started getting involved in the car community. So he went out to car shows and car events and he started to ask car owners, hey, can I review your car? Hey, can I film a little video on your car? And now he's working with brands like Mercedes, and like he just did a trip to Europe and BMW gave him a car to drive around Europe and he reviewed the car and all these cool things. But he started it just in his bedroom just by doing car news. And doing car news is completely free. He didn't have access to any of the cars. He just would report news about, hey, Audi came out with this, McLaren came out with this, Ferrari came out with this, and he would also talk about drivers, like here's what happened to this Formula One driver last week, and all these different things. So think of a way that you can create 100 videos for $0. I guarantee you there is a way you can do it, even in the tech space. Like you can start a tech channel and you could just do news, right? I started my Minecraft channel. Obviously, I had to buy a computer, because I had to play the video game. I had to buy a microphone. But that stuff is very inexpensive these days. It really is. Like you can buy a good computer, a good microphone for probably around $400, like to get started. And then editing softwares are free. CapCut is free. There's so many free tools out there that you can just download and use. There's really, in my opinion, there's really no excuses. I think if you're struggling to create content on a budget, you're just not being creative enough. There's ways to get it done. And as you scale and as you sign some brand deals and start making some ad revenue, then you can start buying. I mean, that's what I did, right? Like I started signing some brand deals, started making some ad revenue, and then I bought a better computer. And then I bought a better this. And then I bought another computer because I used one computer for scripting and one computer for filming, because they had different specs and different purposes. And then I bought a little office space that I could film in. And then I hired an editor and then just slowly building it like brick by brick by brick.
Last question on that, and then we'll get this thing, we'll land this plane, so to speak. How many videos are you launching with? And what do you think? Do you think that's important? Should you have 2 or 3, 1, and how often are you uploading for the first little bit?
Depends on your life. I don't know what stage of life you're in. I don't know if you're in college. I don't know if you're in high school. I don't know if you're working 2 part-time jobs. I'm not sure. But my advice would be to post as much as you can, because you need to go through the phase of quantity in order to get to quality. And you might think you know. Here's the thing about content creation that a lot of people don't understand. They think a quality video is a well-edited video, a well-produced video, a video with good audio, very good filming, very good editing, transitions. That's not what it means to be a creator. Some of the most viewed videos on the internet are like terrible quality memes and like all of these different, you know what I mean? Let's look at Kai Cenat, for example. Kai Cenat just got awarded on Time 100 magazine. He is making $10 million plus a year being a streamer. But would you say his videos are super high quality?
No, they don't need
No, not really. Like he just sits in a room and entertains people. Like there's no script. There's no, now the guy's really funny. He's very entertaining, but they're not really quality, So you have to figure out what quality means for your audience, not for your videos. And the only way you figure that out is by posting a bunch of videos, figuring out how to get good, and then finding the audience, attracting them, and then slowly just adapting and evolving through that process. Because you have people like Kai Cenat where his videos aren't really quality. They are entertaining, but they're not quality. But then you have creators like Marquez, like MKBHD. Like his videos are very quality. Some of the highest quality tech reviews on the internet. But the reason he does that is because his audience cares about that. They want to see a high quality tech review of a beautiful phone that just came out. And people are trying to decide if they want to spend $1,200 on the new iPhone, and they want to see a very beautiful video laying out all the features, right? So quality connects to your audience. It doesn't connect to your videos. A lot of people think it connects to your videos, but it doesn't. I was just going to say, anytime we've tried to make a higher quality video, no one cares about it. No one cares about it. They want a more quality idea. At least our audience does. Some of our most viewed videos are actually our lowest quality videos, our lowest production videos, but our best ideas.
I think if anyone's going to take anything away from this, it's that. And it's how important understanding your audience is. And this is just adding an additional level to thinking about that. And it's adding a realistic level. Because like you're saying, people get into this mindset where it's like, I need a better camera. I need to hire an editor and they're at like 100 subscribers. And I need to have like a small team and a thumbnail designer and all of these things. And it's like, that's not necessarily what's going to make sense for you. You need to think about what actually makes sense for your audience, and the way that you're tying quality to who your audience is so beneficial to think of. That is such an incredible takeaway for creators to be listening to. What a treat.
Yeah. I could talk about this for 12 hours.
Same. All of us could. It's so toxic. It's like, why can't we ever stop talking about YouTube?
Just talking about the surface level stuff too. We haven't even gotten into the...
Oh,
I know. That's what's fun. Oh my gosh. Continuing talking of YouTube, let's have some fun with some questions, shall we?
Shotgun time.
Weirdest YouTube trend you've ever participated in?
Weirdest YouTube trend? Probably the skibbity toilet stuff. I haven't
such a good answer.
I haven't made like a full-blown video on skibbity toilet, but we always like joke about it in our videos. But I'm just like, dude, what is this? It's pretty weird.
That's so funny. That's such a good answer. Most underrated piece of gear that you still swear by?
Underrated piece of gear? A simple microphone like this.
Love it.
$100.
Okay, and for audio listeners, what are we talking about?
Oh, like what kind of microphone is it?
Yeah.
This is a Tascam DR10L. I don't know if you can see it.
Beautiful. I love those, man. Tascam has been around for many years. Very, very quality.
It is such a simple piece of equipment. This thing was $100. We use it for every single thing we film. Completely changes your audio in so many different ways. Now, obviously, if you're in a sitting environment, like right now I'm in a studio, right? You can probably do like a, like one of these, like a boom mic or, something like that. But in our videos, we move around a lot. We're running around. We're doing all types of things. The second we run away from the camera, the audio is gone. So this is a very necessary piece for us.
Love that. That's a good piece there again. Okay. YouTuber you would want to collab with that you have not.
Ooh, good question.
And it can totally make no sense for the channel at all.
Yeah. I haven't really thought of that. I feel like we've like collabed with like so many people that I really like. We just did a collab with Mark Rober. That was like super cool. I would say probably like the Dude Perfect guys.
Oh, that would be so fun.
I think that would probably be next on my list.
Okay. ASMR or lo-fi?
Lo-fi.
Okay. Reaction videos or documentaries?
Documentaries for sure.
Okay. Travel vlogs or true crime?
Probably travel.
Ooh, I thought we were going to go true crime with that.
I don't watch either, but travel sounds more exciting to me.
Okay. Unboxing videos or hauls?
Unboxing.
Watching on your phone, desktop, or TV?
I do all three, to be honest. It just depends on where I am. Like if I'm at home eating dinner, I'm watching on the TV. If I'm laying in bed, I'm watching on my phone. You know, I really do use all three.
How much YouTube are you watching a day, you think? Are you consuming like YouTube, I would say, like anybody else, or do you feel like you consume less as a creator?
No, I still actually watch a lot of YouTube. I consume the stuff that I want to see though. So I'm watching like business documentaries about like how this dude built this thing in his garage, and I'm not watching anything interesting. Like I don't really watch like our competitive like guys that make content similar to us. Like a lot of people think our content is pretty similar to like Mr. Beast. I don't really watch any of his videos. No offense, Mr. Beast. I'll watch a couple every once in a while, but like I'm not like watching all of our competitors and stuff like that. I honestly just watch the boring stuff, to be completely honest with you.
I love that. I think that's healthy. I think nobody really consumes where they create unless it's for like research purposes.
I used to, but so I used to consume a lot of content, the same content that I created, but the problem was that I actually caught myself being like them.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Yeah, so I would there was this, so I made Minecraft content, and there was this other guy that made Minecraft content, and I loved his videos, and I watched all of them because I was like, you know, I need to watch all of his videos so I can understand how he makes his videos. And then I caught myself like subconsciously, I wouldn't even think, but I would start making the same jokes that he would make. And I would be like, whoa, hold on, this is weird. So then, then I stopped watching. I stopped watching the same type of people that create the same content that I make, because YouTube, I always love to say YouTube is about being yourself. That's why it's called YouTube, and no one can compete with you on being yourself, and you're your biggest advantage. So therefore, you should focus on being yourself, because that's what's going to make you stand out, and that's what's going to build your brand. So that's kind of how I learned that lesson.
That's good. I think it's important to watch outside of your niche, because it's exhausting, but like you were saying, it's like hanging out with a friend and they start using like a new slang word or something. The next thing you know, like you're saying it all the time too. It's like, oh, we're the same people.
I watch outside of my niche all the time. I watch a lot of like MKBHD. Like I really like his videos. He's in the tech space. I don't make any tech content, but like I like how he makes his videos. They're really, really cool, very informative, like very well produced. So yeah, definitely watch content out of your space, because you'll actually get ideas from other creators that are not in your industry, and you'll be able to, you know, maybe pull them into your videos.
I like this. This leads right into our last question, which is, we do this quite often on the podcast, which is exposing your watch history and what is the weirdest thing that you've watched lately. Travis, load it up. I'm telling you
right now, I know. I already know, because I've been watching all day. It's Can't Pay Will Take It Away. It's a British TV show about repossessions. And I'm all right with it. You can love it. You can hate it. I don't care. I love it. I watch all of it.
Let me see. I could just read some of the stuff, I guess.
Do it.
So I just watched this video called Brad Pitt drives an F1 car. I watched this. I have a bunch of just like music that I've just listened to on YouTube. I watched a couple videos from Dave Ramsey about employees. I watched this one video from this one dude about how he built a company and made $1 million at 27 years old. It's really not anything like super. I watched this one video about this guy that has a car dealership and he's like selling a bunch of cars. And he explains like his sales process for how he like gets people in the door.
I love it. Nobody would expect this. I think this is so interesting. I love to know just what people get sucked into on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of videos. I don't know if you can see this. A bunch of videos about like a robot. If you see, because we're trying to buy a robot right now. So we're trying to buy like this crazy humanoid robot. So I spent like a couple hours just like watching videos about robots.
Bro, I could talk your ear off about robots.
I watch history is so random.
Real quick, before Jen tells us whatever shenanigans she's been watching this week, is there any like small creators that you watch consistently? And small can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. That you're like, man, this person is really good. And then when you come across small creators you think are really good, do you ever reach out to them or do you just kind of like watch from a distance? I'm always curious about that.
I do. I actually do. I found this one creator the other day. I think he had like 500,000 subs, maybe around that range. And I followed him on Instagram. I DM'd him. I was like, yo, man, your content's really cool. I really like it. I was just sending him a message and he like replied to me and he's like, dude, you're the GOAT. It's actually funny because he said he said he watched me as a kid. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And he was like, you're one of the people that like inspired me to start YouTube. And I was like, that's so cool.
Oh my gosh, I love it. You like have to know, like you have to visualize this person on like the other side of their phone, just like with a screenshot, freaking out, sending it to every person they know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like coolest moments.
Jen, what's yours? And then we got to get out of here.
Oh, I've been watching some toxic things lately.
Oh,
I have been watching like it's not like anti TikTok videos, I guess kind of. It's this girl's channel who exposes influencers.
Ugh.
And I literally can't stop watching it. I literally can't stop watching it. It'll be like people's morning routines and she'll like zoom in on the clock and be like, why'd your clock say 11:11 then? And I'm like,
That's funny.
When you get to me,
it's
just turn it
literally
off.
so funny.
I don't need that.
It's literally so funny. She's like, the whole internet is fake. That's pretty like her thing. And like the whole internet is fake, but like it's really funny to see it exposed.
Well, anyway, thank you so much, Nathan, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. We know you're busy, guys. So get out there and make those incredible videos. If you're interested in watching any of Unspeakable's videos, we'll have links in the description and in the show notes. But we can't thank you enough for joining us. Nathan, you're welcome back anytime. We love you here.
Appreciate it.
That was a blast. Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
We'll see everyone in the next one.